Joining us now, number 7, John Elway, just walked up here. John, good to see you.
Good morning. Good to see you.
I'm sorry that you let any kind of riffraff move into your neighborhood. Kathy Lee moved in, and just want to apologize for that.
You know what? They caught me sleeping. I would have.
You'd have signed the petition in a minute, right?
She did absolutely snuck in the hood.
It's good to see you again, man.
Well, thank you. It's good to be seen. Yeah, it's been a good start so far.
Yeah, I was going to ask you, the game the other night, some good things, obviously, some bright spots, some young players that really shined in the game, Isaiah McKenzie and then Chad Kelly.
Yeah.
That was pretty interesting to watch a stadium full of fans chanting a guy's name in his first game he'd ever played.
In preseason.
Yeah.
That was fun. I think that obviously there's been a lot of anticipation to see Chad because we drafted him last year, and then with the thumb and the knee, he couldn't play last year. So, he's had a great camp. He's a competitive guy. He comes out. He works hard. He wants to be good. And so, he's the type of guy that, you love to have on your football team. And so he did a great job the other night, and we'll see how he does this week. But it's, the camp's been good. Slow start the other night. You don't like the slow start on both sides of the ball that we had, but thank God it's the first one, and we'll work from there.
Sort of the elephant in the room now. Chad is going to run as a second-team quarterback. What does that mean in terms of how you view Paxton Lynch long-term?
Well, Chad deserved that. He played better the other night. So that's what we came into camp for, to see which one of those guys was kind of come to the head and come to the lead. Obviously, Chad played better the other night. Now we'll switch roles. And so I think that obviously the guys that Chad will play against will be, the little better than
better
the guys
players.
and better players. That's what happens. And so we'll see how the things go on Saturday against Chicago. But, it's only fair for them to both get the same opportunity with second-team reps, and so we're doing that this week, and so we'll see where it goes.
You guys obviously have seen Chad Kelly way more than we have, and fans have seen him. You see him at practice every day. He seems to have so much confidence. His nickname is Swag Kelly, after all.
And he gave himself the nickname.
And he gave himself the nickname, right.
You got a lot of confidence when you give yourself, and especially that one.
Right?
Exactly.
Right?
No, but he does have a lot of confidence, and he plays as a competitive guy. You can tell his loins come from the Kelly family because he fits right in that family.
He's got that, what they call the it factor that I think a good quarterback has to have. He's got that swagger. He's got that confidence. And it sure was fun to watch him. That's going to be fun to see him here with the number 2s. And so he'll get more playing time than Saturday night then.
Well, I think we split it depending on, I don't know what the reps were. We try to split it evenly. After the first-team reps get in there, after the first-team guys, get their reps and get their work, then really try to split the rest of the game. And so, I don't know how it fell. Sometimes it always falls one way or the other. But the idea is to get them both equal reps and then see where it goes from there.
Rick had talked about some of your young guys, and in particular, Royce Freeman had a nice run. You've got 2 good-looking young receivers, at least we think so. Jake Butt, who's not a first-year guy, now is healthy and looks like he might make a move at tight end. Overall, with some of the youth on this team, are you happy with sort of what you've seen thus far? Expectation-wise?
Yeah, I think you're right. I think you hit it on the nose. Royce played really well. Ran the ball well. We saw what he could do in the running game. He did a good job in protection, and got on the right guy and did a nice job. And so that was, very good. I think, what we just had, as you know, Dave, we got to get these guys playing. We got to get them, especially the young. They're young and they haven't played in the NFL. This week will be really good with them seeing a different helmet. I think that's part of the NFL, right? So we got to get them playing. We got to get them used to because, as you know, also, the regular season is a different animal than the preseason, and we're going to have to rely on these young guys, and so that's why we're going to have some patience. But we got to get them up to speed as fast as we can. So they're going to have to play a little bit more.
Speaking of young guys, Cortland Sutton has been the sensation of camp so far. We got a chance to meet him earlier today. Really impressive young guy. The way he handles himself, very mature. You guys got to be real happy you were able to get him in round 2.
Yeah, we really are. He's, like you said, he's a great kid and really a talented kid. He's still really raw coming out of SMU and the things that they did there in that offense. And so he's very, very raw still. But, those 50-50 catches are 75-25 with him, which is a nice bonus. But, again, coming out of the first preseason game, watching his reaction of how they get into the game and how they finish routes and what they do, there's still a lot of work for him to do. But we're thrilled with him, and the faster we get him up to speed, the more he's going to be able to help us.
Yeah, we haven't talked about Josie Jewell, but played quite a bit the other night, and it's hard to quantify really when you say he just sort of looks like a guy that should be playing. I mean, he makes a lot of plays when he's in the game. He's not overly fast. Doesn't have great size, pretty good size, but he just makes a lot of plays.
Dude, he's got as good instincts as I've seen. I mean, instinctual.
Maybe that's what it is.
To find the football, and you watch it when he's in there. If he's not making the tackle, he's right there next to it, and so that's, he's a football player, and he's got great instincts. And like you said, he's not the great tester, doesn't have great length, great speed, all that stuff, but his instincts make up for the lack of anything else he has, and so we're real excited about him. He's going to be a good football player.
That's hard to teach. You can coach guys in certain areas of the game, and you can coach receivers, breaks, but an instinctive guy, that's hard to coach.
You can't coach it. I mean, they have it or they don't. Instincts come, and obviously, you can help them with instincts, and they can get quicker with it. But ultimately, the instincts really come from that player and how he learns and how he sees different things in front of him, and those turn into instincts. And Josie, that's why, he's a Pac-10 defense or Big 12,
Big 10.
Big 10
yep.
defensive player. I don't know if there are 10 or 12 teams in that league.
Well, there's 12, but they still
12,
call it
they
10.
call it the Big 10.
Yeah,
That's why,
makes sense to me. How about you?
Exactly. That's why he called it the Big 12.
Yeah, right.
And then they said, no, that's the other one. They said, oh, yeah, okay.
Yeah.
But he's just, he's defensive player of the year. And so, I mean, because of instinctually what he does, and, he's just going to continue to get better and better.
John Elway is here with us, and this franchise has established such a high bar for success over the years, and that's what fans expect, and that's what you guys expect as well. The players we talked to today talked about what a bad taste they have in their mouth over what happened last year, and then even the slow start in the preseason game, which is a good sign, and that's what you guys as a franchise have put in these guys, and the fans won't settle for a 5-11 team here in Denver, Colorado. There's some places around the NFL.
We know that for sure.
We know that, right? Yes.
And and rightfully so. And you know what? We won't either. I mean, that's what the organization's about. That's what Pat's built, and the philosophy that he's put into it. And so the expectations are always going to be high. And that's why you're right. It wasn't a good taste left in our mouth in Saturday night. But the good thing is it was the first one, and we can build off that and realize that, hey, listen, what we've got to do is we got to do a better job taking it from the practice field to the football field and getting started a little quicker. We seem to come out of we did it, and I don't even want to bring it up, but we got to come out of the tunnel a lot quicker than we're coming out of the tunnel.
Hey, last question for me, and again, kind of a tough question, but as you look at your quarterback situation now, when and if do you get into a conversation about bringing another veteran guy in? Is that something you will address as you move on in the preseason, or have you already decided, like, listen, we are who we are and this is who we have? I mean, how does that work?
No, I mean, I think, as we talked about that position, and I've said it through camp, is the fact that we got to have confidence that guy that's going to be the backup
can play
and win football games. And so that's why we're still in that process of trying to see if we got that guy, behind Case. And so that's the key thing, Dave, is do we feel like, even though Chad played very well on Saturday night, we'll see how he does this week, but can he, if something were to happen to Case, can he come in and continue and win football games for us? So that's the big part of the evaluation process, and that's still going on. So, I'm not going to tell you we're definitely going to stand pat, but I'm not telling you we're going that direction either.
Has Kathy Lee's mom brought wontons over to the house yet?
Only at Christmas time, John.
Only at Christmas?
I'll bring them over at Christmas.
Perfect. You know what? I've never had wontons at Christmas, so I'll look forward to it.
Get used to it.
They're homemade. You'll love them.
Yeah.
Perfect.
That and a bottle of really nice wine. I'll be over.
That sounds good.
Okay.
Come on over.
John Elway, thanks for coming by, John.
You got it. Great
to
to
talk to you. We'll get a break here. It's 103.5 The Fox.